How's it going, nerds? Good to see you. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I hope you're having a good one, because today I have a bit of an idea. I would like to get some people moving from Great Yarmouth to Daventry and Bletchley, and possibly over to Bournemouth as well. And I'm thinking that can probably be its own train line. I was messing around a little bit, and I was thinking that we could maybe adapt the Western line and sort of have it go, you know, from Great Yarmouth out to Daventry and Bletchley, then to Bournemouth, then down to the south, then back to Bournemouth, back out to those towns, and then to Great Yarmouth. But it just seems like a whole... It seems like a whole mess. That seems like too much kind of going on. So I figure what we can do, since we have, you know, a couple of passenger platforms, is something much more simple. I mean, both passenger platforms admittedly are being used by the same line here, and that might be something that we want to change a little bit, to be completely honest. So stop number, what, 4, if we put it on platform 2. That's not quite what I'm looking for. Let's go platform 1. And then stop 10 is going to be platform 1 as well. I want both of those trains to go... I mean, it's the same set of trains. It's the same line. I want them to use the same platform, because we're going to put another passenger line in here that's going to start here. And that's going to go, admittedly, to Great Yarmouth. It is going to come in here. But then I want it to go sort of back out of Great Yarmouth. I want it to go to Daventry, so it's going to go to here, and it's going to be platform 2 in Daventry. Then it's going to be Bletchley, where it should work just fine. It doesn't look like it is, actually, which is slightly annoying, although I think it's the wrong platform in Bletchley, and that might be why. Actually, no, that was the correct platform. Then it's going to go back to Daventry. It needs to be there. So it's going the wrong way right now. So that needs to be 2, I think, and then 1. That's better. Okay, so it comes in. It goes all the way down here. And I think it's behaving. Where's the problem for this? The problem's between Great Yarmouth and Daventry. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of to be expected, because I don't think Great Yarmouth is set up to allow that kind of crossover right now. So we're going to have this guy come in on the left side, which is correct. And then what we can do is simply put in a section of track that's going to let it do this. And that should fix all of our problems. It absolutely does. Not the prettiest of line colors, though, is it? So let's go with a nice sort of bluish color. And let's say that this is going to be... what was it? Passenger train, I guess. And it's just going to be the central line. And I think that's fine. So PT, central line, that should be totally fine. So right there. Is it doing what I want it to do? So it comes in that way, it goes that way, it goes back out, and it goes that way. Yeah, that is doing what I want it to do. So it's going to go into Great Yarmouth, then it's going to head back out, and everything should be lovely, is what it should be. So that'll hopefully keep people, you know, relatively happy. That'll hopefully let them move about. We need to get the train for it, of course, which is going to be from down here. And I'm thinking what we'll do for this is we'll get ourselves a Flying Scotsman. And I'm thinking passenger-wise, I don't imagine it being a very busy line, if I'm completely honest. So let's just do something, well, 85 capacity. It seems very small. It's a very, very small train. Let's do... I don't know. I think it's just going to have to be 85, honestly. I think 85 is fine. It's not... I doubt it's going to be busy. So 11 million for you. And I want 2 of them. I want 2 of them, because I think that's going to help us out. And then it's going to be PT Central Line. Away they go to do their thing. And we're going to hope for the best. We're going to hope for the best. Now, obviously, Great Yarmouth at the minute does have some public transportation connections, but Daventry and Bletchley do not. Now, my hope with these 2 towns is that they're both going to grow, and that eventually they're going to be growing to sort of surround the train stations. And in time, that'll happen. In time, that'll absolutely happen. You know, we do have goods and fuel coming out here, so both of them are kind of set up to eventually grow a little bit. it's probably just going to take some time, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world if it takes a little bit of time. But I do think helping them out with a bit of public transport is going to be the way to go. So let's get some streets. Let's get you guys connected. That's not even the right type of road. Oh, wait, no, it is. It's got tram lines on it. Turn that off and do that. There we go. So that looks all right. And I think it is just going to be buses in Bletchley. I think we'll go kind of simple with it. And we'll set ourselves up I think just a single loop, to be completely honest. I don't really want to go too crazy with, you know, alternating loops and stuff like that around the town. It's not the biggest of towns. I don't think it really warrants, you know, going too crazy with bus lines. So we'll go ahead, line manager, and we're just going to go the entire way around Bletchley, which I stand by, as I said last time, is an interesting town name. We'll go with interesting is what we'll do. And I think, honestly, this can be the same color as the central line, just to be a little bit different. So road passenger, how do you spell Bletchley? Oh boy, Bletchley. Okay, Bletchley loop, and we'll grab ourselves some vehicles for it too. Now, where is the nearest town with a... Honiton has a road thing, a road depot. Epping does not. Wolverhampton does. I guess we'll do it this way. That's a tram depot. We'll do it this way just because we can. It doesn't really matter that it's a bit far away. They'll get there eventually. And I'm going to go 7 for the buses, just because we might as well. And then road passenger, where is Bletchley? Bletchley loop, there we go. So they can head out, they'll take their time getting down there, and that's okay. And for Daventry, it's going to get its vehicles likely from Honiton. So it's going to be much, much simpler as well. So, did I just say did I just like shimpler? Am I? Okay. Interesting. Let's just get on with placing the bus lines, I think, is what we'll do. And I think just because I want some things to build out here eventually, I am going to take the buses kind of that way, out and around that road, and we'll get the line going. So from here, going around here, and I think this will be that kind of lilac-ish color. I say lilac, it might not be that particular shade of purple. I'm actually really bad with shades of color. I say things assuming I'm right, and I'm usually not. But we'll go with lilac for now. Daventry loop, and we'll get the vehicles from Honiton, or yeah, Honiton. Where's Honiton? There's Honiton. Okay. So we're gonna grab you guys, and we'll go for 7 again, just because, you know, we want to encourage people moving around. So road passengers, and we're looking at Daventry, and away they go. So hopefully we're gonna see a good number of people wanting to use all of this. We do have some people wanting to use the buses here already. We actually have a good number of people wanting on the central line already as well. And we do have a train. It's a cargo train, never mind. I was gonna say, we have a train coming in to pick them up. No, we don't. What are you carrying right now? 17 goods. Ugh. Could be better. Definitely could be better, but that's okay. How are we looking over here? We have 45 people waiting to head over to Bournemouth. Anyone on the train? There's 5 people on the train right now. Okay, well, we have to let them go to Bletchley, to be fair, so... Actually, not a bad-looking train at all. I really like that color. So, yeah, that'll be fine. We'll let them move around here. The buses will show up eventually. The buses will show up for Bletchley as well. And, looking here, that central line is just... It's a little rough. It's really not doing as much as I would hope it would do. Neither of you are full right now, so both those trains are on the way back, I assume. I actually wonder if it would be worthwhile kind of taking some wagons off of both of these trains and getting a third one, so that they can still carry, I mean, admittedly, 400 divided by 3 is not a nice bit of math, but, you know, maybe we do something, you know, we do some kind of thing and we go maybe a little bit less than 400, maybe a little bit more than 400. Just something to kind of get these guys here a bit more frequently. Because even if the other train shows up right now, we're still going to have a bit of excess. And I feel like that's worth avoiding. I feel like avoiding the excess is probably a good idea. I also feel like this train is really old. So let me manage these vehicles, and we'll replace the locomotives at the very least. So we'll grab a Flying Scotsman in that color right there. We'll add 1. We'll add 2. And there we go. That should hopefully help that thing stay on top of things. And you are... I don't think you're quite as old. You're 7 years old. I think we'll replace all of these as well. I think having the Flying Scotsman is just... It's good because it's a more powerful train. So I think it stops any issues with the trains getting up hills and things like that. I don't know if it does anything for sort of the acceleration with more wagons behind it. I don't really care about that, but the acceleration uphill is definitely something to pay attention to. So we'll get those all upgraded as well. Beautiful looking train. Absolutely beautiful looking train. And $12 million. Good Lord. Good Lord. Okay. We've actually maxed out production here. We haven't maxed out transport. We've maxed out production, which is impressive. That makes me think that we might actually need to get another plastic or goods factory going. I don't know if it's going to be able to keep up with everything that I'm trying to do here, which is nuts to think about. That's kind of nuts to think about. Where else could I make goods though? Would be the question, because that setup that we have there is pretty good. Obviously, it's got, you know, plastic coming in from kind of far away, but it's decent. And then down here as well, this guy is overloaded a little bit. How are you doing? We got 92. How are the towns down this way doing in general, actually? Because that's something I've not paid a lot of attention to. Tenterden, it's doing okay. Could be doing better. This line in general, is it making money? 6.1 million, 4.6. Yeah, it is. It actually is. I suppose having it moving things consistently is really helpful. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and just upgrade the locomotives in this guy as well. So you, and you, and you as well. There we go. To get those modified, that'll hopefully keep them going strong. Oh, there's 2 of them passing each other. That's kind of cool, man. That is kind of cool. I like that line a lot. I really do. And I think it might even be worth... That might be somewhere to set up the passenger line. I think I talked about setting up a passenger line here before as well, so... Might not be a bad idea. It really might not be a bad idea. It would be nice to connect it to Morton Hampstead, which technically we could do. You know, technically we could kind of branch off of here and kind of connect it in there, and maybe we do that. I don't know. I actually don't know about that. Although it would probably make sense, because right now, say you wanted to go from Morton Hampstead to Littlehampton, you get on a train here, you go to Thatcham, you go to Stow-on-the-Wold. I mean, you'd probably just drive at this rate, but whatever. Stow-on-the-Wold to Newhaven. You go all the way up to Tadcaster, then you cut across. Because I guess we have the northern line, but we don't have a southern line. Okay, let's do it. Let's connect Morton Hampstead and get that going. And see if we can do good with it. So, I'm thinking we come off of about here. So let's see. I guess we'll grab high-speed tracks as well, and we'll have the electricity running across it as well. So we basically come out of here. And we want to go in, I guess, a nice straight line. And we want to come off of here and do exactly the same thing, which we cannot do, of course, which is great. That's just what we need. So let's see if I can do it in this direction. Is that gonna let me? It isn't. Okay. There's a simple solution for this. I'm gonna bulldoze this line, which obviously messes with things a little bit, but that's okay. It's not really the end of the world. So we'll bring you down from about here to about there. And can I just bring this back to, say, that road? So I'll just redo that entire section of things. So you come out of there to that spot, and you go to... Can I connect you? I absolutely can. So we'll have a little section of high-speed rail here. It's gonna be... Wait. That's the wrong track. Is that the wrong track? That's the wrong track. I'm editing the wrong track. I'm an idiot. I'm editing the one that takes the steel up north and not the... Okay, well, that's embarrassing. And now that the track's done, all we need to do is come over this way and build ourselves a couple of passenger platforms. So we'll do this as quick as we can. I think we are going to have to do this with high-speed tracks just because, let's be completely honest, we're going to need them in the future. Honestly, high-speed rail is... Oh, it's going to be... Oh, I've done this wrong. I did this wrong. I don't need tracks right there. I needed a platform right there. I'm getting slightly distracted thinking about the future because I'm trying to play this, you know, and be a few steps ahead. Right? I'm trying to think about, you know, what am I going to have to do with this game in, you know, 5 episodes time? What am I going to have to do with this game in 10 episodes time, 15 episodes time? You know, are we going to do completely new train lines? Are we going to do, you know, straight shot lines or sort of express lines from one town to another, or from sort of the northwest to the southeast? Or is that going to be, you know, planes? What way are we going to do this? I'm trying to think about all that kind of stuff because I feel like, you know, we started out and we were making a lot of money from vehicles, you know, wagons. And then we started making a lot of money from trains. And then we've got planes coming up as well. Now, later on, we're going to get boats. Well, we already have boats. It's not like boats weren't invented until the 1930s, don't you know? No. Obviously, we've had boats for a while. But I guess my thinking is we started with wagons, horses and carts and stuff like that, and trucks and whatnot. Then trains took over. Then I'm hoping planes are going to take over. But I don't want to fully neglect boats either. Obviously, high-speed rail is something we're gonna look into. We're going to try and be really on top of that when it comes about. But I also want to try some stuff with boats. I really do. Because they're kind of cool. Especially if you can get them set up the way I have some of the trains set up, where they don't need trucks, you know, connecting them to things. Like here, for example, right? If I got a little boat right here, I could have the boat offload wood and steel directly into here and pick up the machines and head back and do whatever. It's just, you know, where would we get the wood and steel? Well, we can get logs from here. Might be a short run for some trucks. We can do goods production right here, actually, as well. That would be something. That's actually not very far from the current bit of goods production. Interesting. Okay, we might need to keep that in mind. We also have steel production right there. And then just a ridiculous amount of plastic up in the north, if I remember right, I think. Wait, do we? No, we don't. Ooh. How did this happen? How did this happen? What's going on there? Don't we have 4 giant trains that are moving grain? We are certainly supposed to. So we have you. 3 of them are full. They must have got held up somewhere. They absolutely must have got held up somewhere, but that's fine. We'll not stress too much about it. It's not the end of the world. What I do want to do, though, as I've said, is get this set of passenger lines going. So I think best way to do that, just plain and simple, we'll go ahead and bring some tracks from here. And we'll bring it over. We'll just keep it a relatively sort of short little run there. And then we'll have this thing kind of go and follow along for a bit before it merges. Just so that we have a really nice, you know, distance, right? Really nice run up for the trains. They aren't going to be blocking the cargo ones too much. So something like that. And then we'll connect it over. On this side, kind of a similar story. We'll connect you or run you over something like that. We'll get this one, and we'll run it down there a bit as well. And now that all of that's done, the only thing we have left to do is get ourselves a train. Well, I say that. We need to get the line first. Also, we're over $2 billion now. I just noticed that. That's kind of insane. That's a little bit scary. That's a lot of money. I'm kind of hoping I can burn through some of that when it comes to actual big aircraft, because if we can't, then this basically just turned into a sandbox game of Transport Fever 2, which I didn't really intend for it to do, so hopefully we can do something about that. So you're going to come in on that side. You are going to go back to Henley and Arden, which needs to be platform number 1, which is behaving a little bit weird, but that's fine. And then you go back to Little Hampton. Now we need to figure out where you're going to be in Little Hampton. I think Little Hampton platform 1 is probably what we're looking for right there. Or is it platform 2 in Little Hampton? It's kind of hard to tell where it's supposed to be. Let me see. Little Hampton platform 1. No, it's none of them apparently. Okay. That's a bit weird the way this is set up, I suppose. I guess what it needs to do is... Oh, it doesn't actually have any overlap. That's why. Well, there's your problem. Okay, right. Right. So you're going to go like this. And you are going to go like this. But that doesn't solve the problem because the train needs to come in, I guess, on this side and then cross over to that side. And then that should solve the problem if I set this up right, which I haven't yet. Manage line. So Little Hampton platform 2 is now working properly. It crosses over to all the sides that I'm looking for. And we have this issue down in Tenterden with it going back to Henley and Arden. Now, why does it have that problem? That's my question. So the train comes along there fine. I'm thinking you need to be platform 1. Yeah, so there we go. So that's going to be the southern line, essentially. And that's kind of interesting. I think it's kind of interesting. Let's get it recolored. Let's go for, we had that nice blue. Let's go for sort of a nice, I do like the red. I do. I don't think we have much red down here. So this is going to be, oh, how do we do it? Passenger, was it PT? It is PT, isn't it? Passenger train, yeah, PT. So PT and Southern line. And that's fine. So that'll be good. We can get a train on there and hopefully see some good things. In fact, I think that train can probably come down from Rochester, to be completely honest. It's a bit of a distance, but that's all right. So we'll grab you and let's see what we can do. Let's go for a Flying Scotsman in a beautiful red. And the wagons, I mean, let's go all in, 255. Let's go all in. Let's buy 2 of them because we can afford it. We can absolutely afford it. And then passenger, oh, the northern line's red as well. Southern line, there we go. So they can head out, they can do their thing, and hopefully they can do it very well. I'm really hoping to see that kind of work out. Also, I never upgraded Rochester's trams, did I? And also, Rochester has 2 loops of trams, so upgrade you guys to that. And you, we're going to duplicate to 8, and we're going to replace you with the new ones as well. So there we go. So Rochester has more trams, although it doesn't really need them right now. It might need them eventually. How's this line doing? It's actually making money, which is kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts that that's actually making money, but that's cool as well. What is this? That's our Northern Line train. Perfect. Cool. I'm happy about this. I'm actually really happy about this. We got those guys heading down for the Southern Line. We've got, what's going on here? How's this looking? Northeastern goods delivery backing up a little bit. Central goods delivery not doing too good. And then looking in here, are we getting much in the way of fuel? We're not getting much at all, actually. A little disappointing, but whatever, I suppose. I'll tell you what I would like to do, actually, just while we're here, is I want to run this just behind the train station. Just to, I might regret that because we might need to upgrade it someday, but I'd really like to see some buildings back there at some point. I'm hoping that helps. As for you, you do have some fuel on board. Do we have a lot of fuel in excess here? Not really. And how's this doing? So production-wise, you could be doing better. You don't have as much oil sand as we kind of need you to have, though there is a delivery coming in. You're full. One of you isn't. The frequency is 416. Let me have a little look here. So if the frequency is no, wait, not the frequency, the rate, right? So there's a lot of oil sand waiting. So the rate is 416. That's being supplied by you with a production of 600. I think we can get another train. So let's go and manage vehicles, grab you, duplicates, and that should bring that to 555. So we could arguably get one more. We could. I'm not going to, but we could. And then what we need to look at is this guy with a rate of 709. So 709 is actually gonna have this in excess. So we need to pin you. We need to manage those vehicles. We're gonna get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and sell. Brings us down to 685. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and sell. Brings us down to 638. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and sell. Brings us down to 613 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and sell. Gives us 590. That will let this place stockpile a little bit. Honestly, what we could do is set this one up as well to start bringing double the amount of oil sand. I honestly don't think that would hurt if we can get this this guy going pretty nicely. Also, Northeastern Tools delivery with a rate of 126, whereas this is backing up a bit. Actually, Stow Tools to Train hasn't even been upgraded vehicle-wise, so replacing all of you is probably an idea. Replacing all of you is probably an idea as well. Replacing all of you is probably a bit of an idea. That's only replacing one vehicle at a time, though, isn't it? So you. So that's all of them. Let me just double check that I did all of these as well. I did. So I think we're good. I think we got all of them. So that'll help things a little bit. The production here is okay. Are those are the old ones as well. Hold on a minute. Manage vehicles. So all of you replace with you. Okay, so that'll help a bit. That'll bring some of those tools down and stop them backing up. And hopefully we see just more stuff move out. I am crazy tempted to set this up to bring some oil sand over to here. But it's also really tempting to just build another train station. I'm not going to lie. It is really tempting to do that. Because I think just a station right, you know, here with this guy feeding into it as well would really be something else. I think it really would. Although I guess what I could do as well, now that I think about it, if I get myself a medium country road and we come over here, and if I was to go, this is admittedly, this would be assuming that we're not going to expand this train station again, which is a possibility, but we will assume for now that I'm not going to do that, and we're going to do this. Now that looks relatively parallel, so that'll do. And I'm going to continue this in a nice sort of straight line right through there. It's apparently a narrow angle. Where? I'm guessing there is probably narrow angle. So do that. We're going to disconnect you for a second. We're going to push this continuing sort of straight through. This road, I mean, I think we can probably upgrade at least up to there. And then we could connect something like that, I guess. And then hopefully from here kind of to there as well. Yeah, so that's a bit of a crossover. It looks maybe a little bit weird, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'm thinking this guy we're going to tweak a little bit too. So basically what I want to do is I want to try and create a shorter road for some of these vehicles to take. So this guy's going to go to there. It's going to curve around like this. And that looks all right. Looks a little bit weird here though. I wonder if we should try and maybe, you know, redo this road crossing, because it's definitely a little bit weird looking. So that can all kind of be pushed back. And I wonder if I can just push straight through there. I wonder if it'll let me just do this. No. It would look really good if it did, but it's not going to let me do that. It would have to be a bit of a sharper angle, I think. So basically, something more like that, which I guess we can do. You know, if we change this up a little bit, we can kind of go something like that, which is definitely a much better, you know, less kind of this, more this, which I just think looks better. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go and do about here. And I think that'll be fine. So we'll get that built, and we'll connect you up, and then this road that I'm just, you know, the new one is going to come down straight kind of down to there, down to that little intersection. It's just going to be a straight road the entire way to the oil sand production, hopefully. And there we go. We have the new roads in here, and they work. We've got vehicles actually wanting to use them, which is slightly terrifying because I imagine it's going to be very, very busy, but it's also kind of cool looking. I gotta be honest. It is a little bit cool looking. I'm excited to see this thing actually up and running. And I'm also thinking that with all the vehicles on this line, or just around this area, it's probably not a bad idea to go ahead and just upgrade all of them. Or at least all the ones that are going to be using this road. Or at least, yeah, just all the ones that are going to be using this road, I think. So all of you guys get upgraded as well. And I think that's about most of them at this point. No, we missed these ones too. I think all the leak vehicles, at the very least, will certainly need upgraded, but we can do that. It's not a difficult process. There we go. Is that now all of them? That actually might be. It actually finally might be, which is good. And this is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It's working essentially as a highway that's a straight shot into dropping off all of the oil sand. So that's perfect. That is exactly what we needed this to be, even though it is a little bit, shall we say, hectic? Shall we use the word hectic to describe this, given that it's you know, it's causing some traffic problems? I think the word hectic is probably fair enough. I also figured it probably wasn't a bad idea to upgrade to have a few more lanes here just to help with turning, but while doing that, I kind of noticed that we have another train here, and it's full, but we're finally sitting with very little oil sand around here, and that is something. That's, I mean, it's filling up again quite quickly, but that is definitely something. Now, this Northeastern Tools delivery line. I'm thinking we could maybe get away with another train on that line. But I think what I'm going to do is sell one, grab the other. We're going to pause while I'm doing this. Oh, we got another plane as well. Beautiful. We're going to modify this guy. We're going to give him the Flying Scotsman. And we're going to modify. We're going to duplicate. And we're going to duplicate again. Just to make sure it's a nice and powerful train, that it can move a good amount of things. And that'll hopefully keep up with what's going on here. Although, looking at it, we probably also need to maybe do something about the fact that this traffic is a little bit rough. Definitely gonna need to do something about that. Because thinking about it, what's happening is probably something similar to City Skylines, where the vehicles are trying to come out, but they can't block the intersection, and there's only room for one here. Then there's another intersection, so they have to wait for this entire section of road to be clear. Yeah, that's not ideal. It might have been an idea to cross that over and kind of bring it around the other way, but at the same time, I don't know. We'll leave it for now. We'll not worry too much about it. We have a good amount of oil sand waiting, which is lovely. We have that guy making deliveries, which is lovely. We have almost $2 billion, and we just got new planes as well. So everything is working out. We also have a good number of people waiting to go around from Bournemouth. Any of them waiting for the Central Line? Yes, actually, a good number waiting for the Central Line. Down this way, not too many people waiting for the Southern Line, which is okay. There's a few more in Tenterden. And in Morton Hampstead, absolutely no one. But that's fine. That's okay. I think we've made some good progress. I think we've got the Southern Line at long last. We don't have a an actual western line though, do we? I guess we have sort of, we kind of do. It goes through Thatcham, but I think we're going to need to set one up that maybe goes from Ashton all the way up through Staunton, etc., etc. But that's, I mean, none of those towns have much going on for them, so we'd need to set up their resources and all of that as well. But that's okay. I'll tell you what we'll do before we wrap things up for today. Let's go have a look at the airport, where there are 10 people currently waiting. We have 17 of, well, these planes aren't as full as I'd like, but that's fine. Manage vehicles, replace this guy. Actually has 2 compartments as well, so you are able to do both. You can be a cargo plane and a passenger plane. That has me tempted to start setting up some, that has me tempted to start setting up some cargo stuff. But we'll just leave it be for now. We have the new planes. We have plenty of people moving around. I'm happy. I'm happy about this. So, thank you for watching, everybody. We are going to leave it there for today. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.